27-0 Trevor McCUMBY against Christopher Sweet P. Pearson. Born in Dayton, Ohio, lived in Texas for a while, and now he comes back to fight and look to defeat McCUMBY for the first time in his career. Our odds are presented by Sports Betting AG. McCUMBY -275, Pearson +215. Wednesday night fights here on ProBox TV, brought to you by Sports Betting AG. Our tale of the tape for this super middleweight matchup. 34-year-old Pearson, 3 years the elder of his opponent. McCUMBY will have a slight reach advantage. This is our co-main event, and it should be outstanding. With the official introductions, once again, we get it inside the ring to Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event is scheduled for 10 rounds in the super middleweight division, and it's brought to you by sportsbetting.ag. Your judges for this bout: Braden Jackson, Efren LeBron, and Alvaro Rodriguez. Your referee in charge is Chris Young. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white and red. He weighed in at 167.6 pounds. He is undefeated with a record of 27 wins, no losses, with 21 wins by knockout. From Phoenix, Arizona, please welcome tenacious Trevor McCUMBY. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold and purple, he also weighed in at 167.6 pounds. His record, 17 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 12 wins by knockout. From Dayton, Ohio, the WBC regional middleweight titleist, he is Chris Sweet P. Pearson.
Right here. Okay, gentlemen, you know what time it is. You fight hard, fight clean, touch him up.
We got ourselves a little bit of intensity set between Pearson and McCUMBY.
The competition gets ugly, man. When you know you're up against somebody who's, evenly matched with you, you want to get every edge you try to get. So sometimes that comes in with psychological play as well. Both guys trying to get that psychological edge and that stare down.
Here we go. It's time to fight. Purple and gold trunks for the southpaw Christopher Pearson. Tenacious Trevor McCUMBY sporting the white and red trunks. Had a 4.5-year layoff from November of 2018 to May of 2023, and showing his power early.
McCUMBY looking very sharp, very explosive here in round 1.
Yeah, it seems like Pearson's laughing, trying to maybe let him get out of the initial aggressiveness. Let's see if he's able to get out of the first round. He's not hurt, just trying to control him. McCUMBY very, very aggressive.
McCUMBY, since his return, a 5th-round finish and a 1st-round finish. Both against very veteran fighters who had not been stopped.
McCUMBY needs to be careful not to overthrow some of these shots.
Yeah,
early in round 1, he's got a dangerous guy in front of him.
Yeah, and Pearson not staying active, but he seems like he sees a lot of the shots coming. Looking for an opportunity to open up in between the shots. McCUMBY keep him busy, though. Making him keep those hands at home.
McCUMBY loading up and overthrowing some of these shots, like you said, Champ. Pearson seeing him.
McCUMBY now campaigning at super middleweight, coming down from light heavyweight, has his opponent in the corner.
Need to be more deceptive when you got a guy like Pearson with all that experience.
Pearson trying to answer with a straight left to get himself some distance, and he does.
Good change up there, but the punch still too wide from McCUMBY.
And McCUMBY seems to want to land a big, big punch. He's going to have to be a little bit more patient. Try to set up the right way. Good hook there, gets through.
McCUMBY looking to make it a short night.
I was going to say before the fireworks started, this is the heaviest weight class of the night tonight. We got the big boys throwing bombs, or at least one of them is.
Yep. for now.
Yeah.
See if return to fire is coming. But a very tough first for Pearson as McCUMBY in full attack mode.
Pearson starting to open up now.
Scheduled for 10 rounds.
You can see Pearson coming back with some sharp shots. I had mentioned, you know, you still have a dangerous man in front of you. Pearson is no slouch.
McCUMBY's had himself a very active first round, and he's probably won it on the activity. Some of those shots got through, a lot of them didn't, but he was able to control Pearson completely and keep him almost completely defensive. Good overhand right there on the part of McCUMBY.
Pearson actually landed a nice left hand, but McCUMBY had the bigger shot.
I want you to, there we go. There you go, relax your mind for a second. Move my hand in this one, you go pitch down, keep my hands up there. Then you make down.
Here we see those big sweeping shots from McCUMBY, really loading up. There's a nice left hook that landed, but as you said, Chim, a lot of those weren't landing. And Pearson actually landed a nice straight left hand, but the left hook shot from McCUMBY did more damage.
Clubbing right hand smack.
Yeah. A lot of clubbing shots.
Well, 12 of the 21 career finishes for Trevor McCUMBY came in round number 1. He was looking to make it 13, but we have made our way to round number 2. White and red for unbeaten McCUMBY, purple and gold for Dayton, Ohio's Christopher Pearson. Left Texas, moved back to Ohio in 2021. Trained with the crew at Cincinnati Golden Gloves, very close with Adrian Broner. And for this camp, he moved to New Jersey and trained and prepared in Philadelphia. And I'm just going to let the AB, I'm not going to say anything this time, for once, Chris, with that guy sitting next to us. Going to leave it alone, Paul.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
There you go.
Because I don't want to get him too wound up either.
The left hands there by Pearson, it's been a shot he's been trying to get to consistently. There it is again, left hands to the stomach. It's been a shot he's been trying to target a little bit more consistently as he gets his hands off a little more now.
Well, Pearson's being smart. He's throwing the shorter, tighter, straighter punches because McCUMBY's throwing a lot of looping shots.
And frustration in the business of boxing for Pearson. No fights in 22, just one last year. And it was against Derek Webster, and he took the fight on short notice, and he weighed 173.5 pounds, but he told us in the fighter meetings he just wanted to get back in there. Was set to fight Lester Martinez earlier here on ProBox TV. Lester fell ill, and so tonight is Pearson and McCUMBY. Perhaps the winner will see Lester Martinez, 16-0 from Guatemala.
I'd love to see a jab from either man at this point. Pearson there taking the initiative.
Yeah, there's one from McCUMBY.
I think that's the first one he's thrown tonight.
Pearson now starting to get on that jab.
Pearson turned pro in 2011.
Nice shot. Straighten that one out.
Very good shot from McCUMBY. Lands it. He wanted to land another one.
Well, he landed a nice straight one, and then he went right back to the looping shots. The straight punches are having a lot more of an effect.
Pearson was 23 when he turned pro. Trevor McCUMBY was still in high school when he turned pro at age 17.
McCUMBY's letting those shots rip.
Had to get a special license from the Nevada Commission in 2010, his first pro fight. 10 seconds on the clock, round 2. Picasso, 30 career wins, 23-1. Cardenas coming off a big victory, a vicious second-round stoppage over 15-0, previously 15-0. Rafael Pedroza, join us for all the action, a special Wednesday night edition of our fights on Friday, February 16th, here on ProBox TV. Mike Goldberg with my powerful partners. The Magic Man, the former two-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi, former world champion, Chris Algieri, round 3 of Pearson and McCUMBY.
McCUMBY wound up just a little too tight. He can't quite get he's trying to land the big shot, but he's not going to be able to land it cleanly unless he starts thinking his way through this. Intensity is great, but you're going to have to think your way through things a little more, because a savvy veteran like Pearson is not just going to hand you an open punch on a platter.
Oh, McCUMBY's hitting Pearson like he's a heavy bag. When you can brace for those punches, it's different.
Yeah, of course, but also, if you keep this pace up, right, and Pearson doesn't answer back the way he's not answering back, okay, you're going to win this fight. But as you work your way up the ladder, you still want to have those savvy ways to open guys up, you know, because you're telegraphing too much when you're this intense all the time.
And McCUMBY, I asked him about all the finishes. He said, you know, at age 18, it was get him out of here. Now he uses his experience to set up the power shot. So we'll see how that storyline develops as this fight continues. McCUMBY gets caught.
And Champ, when you said savvy ways to set things up, you meant the jab, right? It doesn't have to be that savvy.
Jab is definitely one of them. I'd like to see some feints. Ooh. Also some change of speed on the punches. He throws all the punches at the same speed and the same intensity. You know, there's various ways, you know. He's moving his head, but then every time he throws, his head is back at center. Maybe when you're moving your head like this, show that you can throw the punches from different angles and off center, with your head off center as well. A lot of guys have that problem, actually. They move their head and they try to punch off the rhythm, but then their head is always back in the middle when they're punching. If you're going to have that savvy head movement and you want to shoot off it, you got to shoot off it at various angles, not just when your head is back at center. Otherwise, guys can kind of be able to time it and see it.
McCUMBY talked about the 4.5 years off. He said he's back to loving boxing again. It was a love-hate for a while.
Oh, good right hook catches McCUMBY.
And that was what Pearson was waiting for. That's what
Pearson opens up.
That's why Pearson is a veteran. That's what I was saying. Solid veteran.
Pearson said, I've been through the dark days. I'm going to bring it here tonight against Trevor McCUMBY, and he just did.
This is what we've been talking about from the open. Pearson is still a dangerous guy.
And again, that's why McCUMBY is better off being a little savvy, being a little sneaky with the way he sets up these punches. Now he's back at it with the intensity. It seems like he's recovered. And he's obviously in shape to have recovered like this. But again, it's something you got to learn from. Maybe it's not going to cost him this fight. Maybe he's going to continue to stay ahead in the fight, but it's still something you got to learn from.
If he doesn't get hit with another big shot like that.
We got ourselves a fight. And some verbal sparring at the end. Here's the first one. Bam.
Nice straight left hand there from Pearson. That's been a shot that's been landing here and there, and then it was a right hook high on the head that McCUMBY didn't see.
Tempo shot again, and he's because he comes in so aggressively. Man, those tempo shots get a little
yeah,
weird.
they take your legs. Yeah, they take your legs away.
Weird sometimes with those tempo shots.
Look at the look on the face of Sweet Bean, Christopher Pearson. We've had a lot of boxing, and our beautiful ring card girls just reminded us that we're just starting round number 4. McCUMBY said in the fighter meetings, people see the numbers, think I'm just a brawler, power puncher. I am much more than that. Time will tell tonight on this big stage against Christopher Pearson as he looks to make it 3 in a row. McCUMBY does since the long layoff. That just makes me want to sing Journey.
Wow, that happened to me early in my career when in a fight I was fought, actually. It's so funny. I've never seen that happen before anywhere else.
McCUMBY made a look like, ooh, that was not good.
You want to talk about turning the lights off, right?
But they're both such professionals. Neither one of them tried to take advantage. They took a step back.
Boxing in the dark, that'd be something, huh? even the referee would have to be careful.
There's boxing after dark, and then what you just said, Paulie.
Boxing in the dark.
Yes. 1 minute into the fourth. McCUMBY really closing the gap, much like we saw in the first round and early in round 2. Pearson returned nice fire in round 3.
And Pearson hasn't been able to be super active, but you know what? He's still, you know, by having gotten McCUMBY's attention last round, he showed him that, you know, basically he's showing McCUMBY, okay, the things he needs to work on, things he's got to be careful with. So this might be a fight. If this continues in this pace, obviously we've got a long way to go here, so we don't know. But if it continues at this pace and McCUMBY wins the fight, it's definitely something that he'll obviously have learned from.
For all the great elements of ProBox TV, go to proboxtv.com and or our ProBox TV YouTube channel.
Of course, there's the second half of the fight. Who knows? For all we know, Pearson may be being defensive in the first half of the fight and then maybe waiting to turn it on in the second half.
There's a lot of fight left, and Pearson is not using much energy at all. And McCUMBY has used a lot so far, so this could be a very interesting fight down the stretch. Not that it's not an interesting fight now, but things could change on a moment, just like it did last round.
Well, the lights could go up,
which would also make this interesting.
McCUMBY now married, father of 2, credits his
It's a clash of heads, and that's
both are cut.
Yeah, it's a clash of heads. I mean, when it's on the scalp like that, that's a clash of heads.
Yeah, but McCUMBY's cut over the eye.
Is he?
Yeah, both men cut.
That's
interesting. That's top of the head and the eye.
Yeah, well, that's why they clash. I mean, that's
southpaw orthodox.
All right.
Those hairline ones aren't as dangerous to stoppage, but that eye, that's not a good place. It looks like it's on the eyelid.
McCUMBY, pouring it on here. Final seconds of round number 4.
McCUMBY being smart. If this fight is to be stopped on the headbutt cut, then we would go to the scorecard. So you want to win every round.
Yeah, you're trying to pad up the scorecards there. He's probably ahead in the fight.
I mean, I would believe he's way ahead anyway, but still.
See if we can see that headbutt in the replay here from last round. Let's see. And then McCUMBY trying to work his way inside.
I think that was actually after the cut.
Yeah, that's after the cut. That's,
McCUMBY trying to steal the round.
It's a good combination, McCUMBY.
That was the end, like you guys said, where he was thinking, all right, if something happens in this fight is stopped due to a cut, let's make sure I'm up on the scorecard.
Smart move. Yeah. Smart move.
Said giving his family a better life is his driving force during his comeback.
Might have the headbutt here. There it is.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And you can see that's what it's actually Pearson who fell in. Yep. That's why he got hit on the scalp area. I mean, McCUMBY got buttered on his face.
For many years, T-Rev was his nickname, but you can see why Trevor McCUMBY now goes by the moniker Tenacious, because he is certainly that. As he comes out aggressively here in round number 5.
You see sometimes he's in such a rush to get inside. He's a little bit wide there. Smothers himself.
Ooh, heard that body shot.
Like slapping right hook to the body from McCUMBY. Lands on the flank of Pearson. Good shot. You see the physicality of McCUMBY. I mean, we can hear these shots ringside.
McCUMBY said the bigger the challenge, the better I fight. Round 5, he's still looking for his 22nd career finish.
McCUMBY lost a lot of time outside of the ring, but he's still young. He's only 31 years old.
But when you start at 17 in high school, it gives you a little time, right?
That cut is dripping on the floor, man. They gotta look that over in the corner regardless. I don't know if there's a ringside doctor. I didn't see a doctor in his corner in between rounds. Did you guys?
I did not. I didn't notice. I was trying to see the cut, but I didn't see a doctor inspecting.
Onto the ring canvas. Oh, good right hand. I mean, he's not affecting the performance, and it hasn't given Pearson any reason to step up his intensity.
No sense of urgency from Pearson.
I think Pearson will be just content to try to look for the shots in between.
Yeah, but even that, it's few and far between at this point.
Yeah, but there's one there.
There's a good shot.
Well,
there we go.
He gets McCUMBY's attention, and a couple of rounds ago he did hurt McCUMBY, so I guess it gives him a reason to, you know, keep trying those shots. He is a pretty good timing fighter, as we've seen.
That cut's getting bigger, actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They got to look at that. That is.
Ooh, shots like that are not going to help. Yeah, that cut. Ooh, that cut is gnarly.
In a very bad spot.
Oh, good overhand right. Good change up there from McCUMBY.
Jim, that's a very Oxnard word of you.
Gnarly.
From your days in Oxnard training?
I trained with T-Rev there, so it's bringing me back.
Yeah. I never heard that word except in movies until I went to the West Coast. I only heard it in movies until I went to LA.
McCUMBY, born outside of Chicago, lives in Peoria, Arizona, suburb of beautiful Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Final 10 seconds of the fifth.
About 12 to 13 years ago, me and T-Rev were in the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy training together.
Oof. Nice. It's a good left hand. He attempted right hand counter.
Nate Jones in the corner of Christopher Pearson.
We're only halfway through this fight. There's still a lot of rounds left.
That's what I was saying, Chris. With round 4, round 5, it feels like we've already had 8 or 9 rounds.
Right?
Round number 6, this one's scheduled for 10.
We've had big bombs. We've had guys wobbled. We got blood. We got Paulie wearing an apron now.
I ain't getting blood on the suit.
Paulie wearing the apron would be the one thing that is not an exception to the norm.
We got to get some official ProBox.
I agree.
Rain gear.
Smocks.
Blood gear.
Some gnarly ones.
Gnarly. I'm not going to hear the end of that one.
No, you're not. I mean, McCUMBY, entertaining in the ring, also very confident when you talk to him. He likes the current landscape at 168 pounds. Talked about a fight with David Benavidez. Even talked about Artur Beterbiev, and not a lot of people rushing to fight either of those guys.
That's the thing. He's an intense guy, and he seems like he has a lot of enthusiasm for the sport.
Yes.
And I think he's also got a style that's going to be fun for TV, but fighters may see him as just vulnerable enough, you know, like because you can punch in between him. He's not super creative in his attack, but he is intense, so you can make for fun fights. But I think top-level fighters will feel like they can beat him, and you know, it'll give McCUMBY the opportunity to, and when you don't know once you're in there, you know.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing a Berlanga-McCUMBY fight. Yeah, honestly.
You know, why didn't he mention Berlanga as well?
I wouldn't mind seeing that at all.
I wouldn't mind McCUMBY against any of those guys, to be honest. He's intense, and he's going to bring a fight regardless.
Very physical. He looks strong. He's physical. He can use his physique and his pressure.
And oh, by the way, David Benavidez also 27-0, as is Trevor McCUMBY.
That's another thing. Those O's go a long way, man.
Yeah.
When you got that undefeated mark, that's a good bargaining chip. Got blood from that scalp cut of Pearson.
Pearson has been stopped in 2 of his 3 losses.
Hey, the cut man in McCUMBY's corner has done a great job. That blood drips onto the floor, but it doesn't drip on his face.
Yeah, right.
Let him go.
Yeah, and that cut is deep, but it seems to be under control at the moment.
And Pearson not throwing enough punches to really get anything out of it. But it just dripped. It does drip off on its own onto the floor. Sometimes you actually see it. We're at ringside. I can actually see it at times.
But also, if you watch McCUMBY on the inside, he's putting his head on the opposite side, so he's actually protecting that cut nicely.
Big flurry at the end of this round once again by tenacious Trevor McCUMBY. Wednesday Night Fights, brought to you by Sports Betting AG. And once again, want to welcome all our viewers watching tonight on Fubo TV, Canela, Fox Deportes, and Rogers Sportsnet in Canada. Co-main event continues. Pearson, the southpaw in the purple and gold. McCUMBY, the unbeaten, in the white and red. And again, immediately into attack mode.
Ooh. That left hook looked like it snuck through.
Tell you what, McCUMBY does give you a chance to catch and shoot. Pearson's not really using it, but there is enough daylight between punches, and a lot of times he loads up one at a time. There is enough daylight to catch and shoot a lot of those shots that he throws when he throws them hard.
Yeah, but I have some questions about the conditioning of Pearson tonight. You know, we were talking about this off air, champ. We know him as a 54-pounder, 60 to 68. I'm seeing a knee brace on that front knee. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of things that make me question that conditioning.
Wear and tear.
And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the only fight since April of 2021 was one in August of last year. Short notice at 173.5.
Yeah, like that body shot I mentioned earlier, I think that did get through because Pearson, for the first time, is looking like he's being very affected by the pressure.
There you see our main event, February 16th.
It's a Friday night, guys.
Wednesday nights on Friday.
Yeah. And Valentine's Day, we'll give it to you on Wednesday. We'll give you the night off for romance. Valentine's and Friday. Violence and
violence.
You said romance, so I can use rumble now.
Oh, there you go.
I was leading you in too. We're trying to work our way in together, you know.
We've
team effort, Goldie. Team effort.
Together. There, you got that right. Pearson showing his durability though, because T-Rev's really starting to lean into that body even more so than he did earlier. You can hear the big shots. McCUMBY with a nice quick left hook to the chin of Pearson.
McCUMBY just shortening up the punches enough. Ooh, good left hooks.
Check hook.
We're talking about catch and shoot. McCUMBY's the one trying to catch and shoot, actually, when he catches on and tries to come back with his own hook.
Yeah, he's taking the power off now, too, as well.
And this is what he talked about earlier, Chris, is it's not a full go like it was when he was younger.
There you go, yep. Well, it was in the first round.
Yeah, it certainly was. Pearson. McCUMBY did his camp in Vegas, did go back and forth towards his home in Arizona. Worked a lot with Elijah Garcia, 16-0, 13 knockouts in Buckeye, Arizona. Working smarter, not harder, maintaining his weight more consistently. Looking to make it 3 in a row since the long layoff is the man in white and red, Trevor McCUMBY.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting how McCUMBY at 31 has actually moved down in weight. He used to campaign at 175 for the majority of his career. Has a long layoff and then comes back at as a 168-pounder.
Worked his weight down. Yep. Took the time to do it right, he told us. And he has certainly been the aggressor here tonight in our co-main event. You got to go all the way back to 2015 to find the last time that McCUMBY went the distance in a fight. That was an 8-rounder.
He's got a savvy vet in front of him, though. He might go to distance tonight.
You got that.
Oh, nice right hook there from Pearson, bouncing off the ropes. Good shot, thudding.
And that'll keep him honest a little bit, you know?
Check that. He also did in 2018 against Felipe Romero, an 8-round unanimous decision victory. That was his last fight before the layoff. Round number 8, scheduled for 10.
Pearson finding a home for that right hook this round. Most punches he's thrown in several rounds.
Yeah, and it goes to show you, Pearson, if he gets his hands moving, he can connect on McCUMBY.
Second career 10-round fight for Trevor McCUMBY. His first was his most recent fight that ended in 1 minute and 57 seconds.
Pearson definitely savvy, but just dangerous enough. Let you know he's there.
He's responding this round. McCUMBY trying to be intense, but Pearson a little bit of an intense combination for himself there, too.
I mean, Pearson's actually landed the cleaner punches this round.
A good right hand there from McCUMBY.
But McCUMBY is just overwhelming.
And Chris, that, you know, still got some dog in him, still savvy veteran. Kind of a nice tee-up for Angelo Leo, who fights in our main event, who finished Nicholas Polanco in round number 9.
Yeah, that was an excellent action-packed fight.
Looking for more of the same still to come here on a Wednesday night.
Looks to me like Pearson might have been playing possum a little bit these last couple of rounds. He's starting to come on strong here late.
Figure, you know what? We're in the last rounds. Might as well give it a shot.
Come on. These rounds got to be big rounds, Chris. They got to be big rounds. They got to be big rounds, Chris. What's the next one? They got to be big rounds, Chris.
Lift that body, clear that line, step over. 6 minutes, Jay. Let's go to work, baby. Let's go. The best 6 right here.
Round number 9. First time in the career of Trevor McCUMBY.
Yeah.
Pearson coming off a 10-round split draw in that fight that he took on short notice against Derek Webster. Oh, big shot there.
Yeah, Pearson getting caught up with his head up in the air. Got caught a couple of shots.
Those are some of the cleanest shots he got hit with tonight. but he comes right back.
Snap the uppercut.
You know, that right hook was the shot that momentarily took the legs of McCUMBY several rounds ago, and Pearson's letting that thing fly these last 2 rounds.
So McCUMBY's intensity is also slowed down here.
Yeah.
As the fight is worn on.
I mean, the way he came out, guns blazing, that round 1, I can't imagine who was going to keep that up.
Rounds 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, still there in spots though. Nice combination from McCUMBY.
Letting both hands rip. Ooh, good body shot there.
Just past the midway point of round number 9. Again to the body. Tenacious here.
Oh, good left hook.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, good salvo here.
Yeah, this has been the most sustained effort that we've seen, especially punches that are actually getting through the guard and having an effect on Pearson.
We talked about how Angelo Leo finished his last fight in the 9th, scheduled for 10.
Pearson trying to come back.
Still firing back though, Paulie.
Yeah, maybe he's looking to see if McCUMBY punch himself out with that salvo. Maybe he's trying to come back himself.
Another good shot to the body.
Pearson never builds on it though. What you've noticed from this fight from Pearson is he hits you just enough for you to leave him alone.
Deep breaths from Pearson, though. Oh. Oh, good left hand there from Pearson, catches McCUMBY.
Yeah, we talk about he's a good timing fighter, but again, he just doesn't build on it. McCUMBY's been the one trying to build most of this fight, and it's brought the intensity. It's probably won the rounds just on the activity. Good shot there. Oh. Good return from Pearson. Good shot from McCUMBY. Good shots here. Good exchange at the end of the round, guys.
Yep.
It's Pearson against the ropes. McCUMBY brought it. A little hook to the body there from McCUMBY, but he comes right back with the left hand. And every once in a while, Pearson lets him know, I'm still around, and times him with a good shot. And it allows Pearson a little bit of a break. But again, Pearson never builds on it, and that's been the problem with this fight. He never really builds on anything he does. He just does enough to hope that McCUMBY leaves him alone.
Set for the 10th and final round. Both men bloodied but not beaten, and now all 3 of us
are bloodied.
Also been bloodied up. I think you got the worst of it, Chris.
Yeah, I got a nice glob on my forehead and my glasses.
That's just my tie and my shirt. Pearson firing away early here in the 10th. Right in front of us again. Cover up, guys.
Go on the other side of the ring, boys.
I think this fight is an example, though, from McCUMBY that as you raise up your level of opposition, when you try to look for the knockout, it most likely will not come. Right. McCUMBY has been very intense all night, throwing a lot of punches, very hard punches, and as concentrated less on setting traps and more on just trying to bust through the guard of Pearson. I think that'll be the learning experience for him tonight.
And when Pearson has been stopped, one of the opponents was 19-0, the other was 16-1. So high level as well. Heavy fire once again from tenacious Trevor McCUMBY.
And don't get me wrong, the intensity has broken Pearson here, because there are spots where Pearson looks like more than other times in the fight that he might go.
Pearson at this point is basically going from corner to corner, rope to rope.
And that's the thing. McCUMBY could also work on that part of the technique as well as cutting off the ring.
Pushes his opponent back in the corner, fires away again. Final minute of the fight.
I think for McCUMBY to succeed at the next level, he's going to end up learning you can fight smarter, not harder. McCUMBY loves to fight hard. He obviously is enthusiastic about boxing. He's passionate, and he loves a good pace, and he loves to get in there and bang. But as you raise your levels, you know, just on intensity and effort is not going to be enough to win the fight. You're going to have to be a little smarter as well.
Pearson hanging tough, but not giving much back anymore.
But I'll tell you what, showing some incredible durability with the heavy fire that McCUMBY has been consistently throwing at him.
Good right hook there from Pearson. And a good shot.
Final 10 seconds. They swing to the finish, and they go the distance. Full speed from the start.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of one-way action early on from McCUMBY. Pearson was doing just enough to get by round, landing some good shots here and there, but it was the intensity and, as you mentioned, Champ, the hard work of McCUMBY that was making this fight. There we saw Pearson actually land a good right hook that wobbled McCUMBY in that fourth round. But as the rounds wore on, more and more, it was McCUMBY's pressure, pace, physicality that I felt was winning the rounds.
Yeah,
we'll see what the judges think.
It was the not being able to match the intensity for Pearson that was the difference. I don't know that Pearson was outskilled more than he was out-efforted and outworked.
Yeah.
McCUMBY definitely in great shape.
Yeah, no, great effort throughout from beginning of the fight, from opening round to the 10th. Good output, good effort in a new weight class, so that's impressive.
Judges rendering their decision. Scorecards are in. With the official decision, Mark Lichtenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 power-packed rounds, we go to the scorecards. Efren LeBron scores about 97-93. Alvaro Rodriguez sees it 99-91. And Brad Jackson scores it 100-90 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, tenacious TREVOR.
Judges had a 10 love for TREVOR McCUMBY, who moves to 28-0 as he defeats Christopher Pearson in our co-main event of the evening.